The Serengeti, a land of ancient rhythms, of life and death, of predator and prey. For millions of years, this vast wilderness has followed the same eternal cycles. The rains come, the grass grows, the herds migrate, and the great cats hunt. But this year, the rains have not come. For 7 months, the sun has baked this land without mercy. The water holes have shrunk to muddy pools. The grass has turned to kindling. And somewhere beyond the horizon, something is stirring. Something ancient. Something that even the greatest predators cannot fight. This is Kito, 12 years old, a survivor of countless battles. He has held this territory for 6 seasons, an eternity in the brutal world of male lions. His scars tell stories of rivals defeated, of territories defended, of a life written in blood and courage. His pride numbers 11, 3 experienced lionesses, Amara, the eldest and wisest, Zuri, the strongest hunter, and Nima, mother to the pride's youngest cubs. 2 adolescent males approaching their time of exile, and 4 cubs, just 6 months old, still learning the ways of the wild. They do not know what is coming. None of them do. It began 60 kilometers to the east. A lightning strike on a dead tree. In a normal year, the flames would have sputtered and died in damp grass. But this is not a normal year. The fire found fuel everywhere it turned. Bone-dry grass, dead shrubs, fallen timber. Within hours, it had become a monster, a wall of flame 10 kilometers wide, advancing at 30 kilometers per hour, consuming everything in its path. Kito smells it first, smoke. To a lion, smoke means danger, a primal warning encoded in 100,000 years of evolution. His kind has faced fire before. Some have survived, many have not. Amara has survived 2 fires in her 15 years. She remembers the terror, the heat, the choking smoke that turns day into night. She knows what is coming. Nima's only instinct now is to protect her cubs. But protect them from what? She has never seen fire. She only knows the fear that has gripped her pride. The first refugees arrive, birds by the thousands, then the smaller animals, hares, spring hares, mongoose, running in desperate waves across the plain. Something has broken the normal order of things. Predator and prey flee together now. There is no hunting today. There is only survival. The light has turned apocalyptic. The sun is a blood-red disk behind curtains of smoke. Ash falls like gray snow. The pride moves. There is no plan, no coordination, only the overwhelming imperative to run, to escape. For the cubs, this is the greatest test of their young lives. Their legs are short, their lungs are small, and the fire does not wait for the weak. close-up on the smallest cub, a female. She stumbles, her tiny paws catching in the tangled grass. She mews in distress. Nima stops, turns back, picks up the cub by the scruff of her neck. She runs on, the cub dangling from her jaws. A lioness can carry her cubs for short distances, but Nima cannot carry all four, and they cannot run forever. The temperature at the heart of a grass fire can exceed 1,000 degrees Celsius. The radiant heat can kill from 30 meters away. The smoke can suffocate in seconds. Kito suddenly veers left, leading the pride toward a dry riverbed. His instincts are guiding him. Water, even the memory of water, might offer safety. But the riverbed is bone dry, just cracked mud and scattered stones. The river has been dry for 3 months. There is no sanctuary here. The pride pauses, confused, exhausted. The cubs collapse in the dust, their sides heaving. Nima drops the cub she has been carrying and immediately begins grooming it, checking for injuries. Kito climbs the riverbank and looks back the way they came. There is nowhere left to run. The world has turned to chaos. The fire crests the ridge behind them, a tsunami of flame. The roar is overwhelming. Burning debris rains from the sky. In this moment, everything depends on Kito. His decisions in the next few minutes will determine whether his bloodline survives or dies here, tonight, in this burning wilderness. Kito moves decisively. He roars, a sound that cuts through even the thunder of the fire, and begins running along the riverbed, heading north. The pride follows. They have no choice. They trust their leader. The riverbed offers a narrow corridor of relative safety. The banks are bare rock and exposed mud. There is less fuel for the flames here, but the fire is adapting, reaching, hungry. Burning branches fall around the running lions. Zuri yelps as an ember lands on her back. She keeps running. One of the cubs stumbles and falls behind. The adolescent male closest to him scoops the cub up in his jaws and runs on. In the face of extinction, the bonds of family reveal themselves. The young male could run faster without the burden of a cub, but he carries his brother nonetheless. The fire reaches the riverbed behind them. For a terrible moment, flames leap across the gap, bridging the channel with an arc of orange light. But ahead, there, something different. Kito has stopped. Before him, the dry riverbed opens into a wider basin, and at its center, water, a pool perhaps 50 meters across, fed by some deep underground spring that has refused to die even in this drought. Water, life itself, reflected in the hellish glow of the Inferno. They will stay here for 7 hours. 7 hours of terror, of choking smoke, of unbearable heat, of embers hissing as they strike the water. The cubs climb onto their mother's backs to stay above the surface. Kito stands like a statue, his mane singed, his eyes never leaving the flames. Dawnlight begins to filter through the smoke. The pride emerges from the pool. They are exhausted, soaked, traumatized, but alive. Kito climbs the bank first, surveying the destruction. A moonscape. Black ash covers everything. Trees stand as skeletal silhouettes, stripped of leaves and bark. Smoke rises from countless small fires, still burning themselves out. The world they knew is gone. In a single night, the fire has consumed 800 square kilometers of savanna. Every tree they marked, every shade they rested in, every hunting ground they knew, all of it reduced to ash and memory. The lionesses emerge, guiding the cubs up the slippery bank. The cubs shake themselves, confused by this alien landscape. Nima counts her offspring. 1, 2, 3. She searches frantically. 4. All 4. She visibly relaxes, pressing her nose against each cub in turn. Against all odds, the entire pride has survived. 11 lions entered the flames. 11 lions emerged on the other side. But their ordeal is not over. The lions begin to walk across the blackened earth. Their paws leave prints in the hot ash. Small fires still smolder on either side. A pride depends on its territory. The kopje that gave them shelter is now a scorched ruin. The prey animals that sustained them have fled or died. The pride must move, must find new land, must start again. Kito has led his family through the fire, but the greater challenge lies ahead. In the burned lands, there is no food. They must travel far, perhaps farther than they have ever traveled, to find hunting grounds. They must cross territories claimed by other lions. There will be confrontations, perhaps battles. The pride's survival is not yet assured. But they are together. They are alive, and in the Serengeti, where death walks beside every living thing, that is victory enough. Rain falls on fresh grass. The camera tracks through a landscape reborn. New shoots pushing through the ash, wildflowers blooming, herds returning to graze. 3 months after the fire, the rains finally came. The Serengeti remembered its ancient rhythms. Life returned, as it always does, to heal the wounded land. The kopje pride found new territory 40 kilometers west of their old home. The transition was not without cost. Kito bears fresh scars from a rival coalition, but he held his ground. He always has. The cubs that survived the fire carry something with them now, a memory, perhaps, of that night of terror, or perhaps just the strength that comes from facing the worst and surviving. Fire is part of the Serengeti's story. It has burned across these plains for millennia, and it will burn again. But so too will the grass return, so too will the herds, and so too will the lions. The kings and queens of this ancient, resilient land continue their eternal reign. Kito rises, shakes his magnificent mane, and roars. The sound echoes across the savanna. This is Africa. This is survival. This is life. Fragile and fierce, beautiful and brutal, forever balanced on the edge of flame.